the aggro side, the discount side, call it whatever you want, lamplighter. There are, and I don't have a Threads of Despair in my deck. I'm trying to answer your question. I promise you I am. I'm trying. What happens to this guy? Nothing? The mini? Attack him for 8? The Titan? I eat the Titan because I have my Titan. My Titan eats their Titan. But that is a possibility. Prismatic Beam? Order? Yeah. I'm no math scientist. When you play a game, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Let's not worry about this individual meta. Let's start from the beginning and let's think about like what it means to play a game, right? What makes a game, right? Don't think about Hearthstone. Think about Monopoly. Monopoly is a good example that I really, really like. When you start off a game of Monopoly, everybody has like a certain amount of money. Everybody goes at a certain amount of pace. That's defined in this case by a dice roll, right? And as the game progresses, you are presented with a decision. You can buy property, you can buy the railroads, and then as you go through the game, there are certain constants that happen. And the thing is that Hearthstone has that. Hearthstone has that in the hero powers, in the progression of the mana system. But the problem is that, like, as you progress through this board, in Monopoly's case, or in this game of Hearthstone's case, if you accelerate something, or you make something cost that much more, then there provides that much of more of an emphasis, right? But the biggest issue is that doesn't happen on an equal basis for every class, right? And that's the important part. If you in this example were to buff, it doesn't solve the core issue that you're deviating away from the barriers of the game. You're just putting a different thing outside of the barrier of that game. And then you're saying in a lot of spots, and in a lot of spots recently when there's been a meta, well, it's okay. Everything is like that. That is balance. And technically that's balance because everything is equally powerful, but that doesn't make a fun game, right? It's not functional. It becomes a lot more about like what you're playing and what matchups you're going to queue into because this beats this equally as much as the other thing beats the other thing, right? But that doesn't provide value. It doesn't provide, most importantly, in my opinion, a decision to be made, right? Games are fun ultimately when they're simple, right? And the problem is that like there's so much that happens in a small space because you're allowed to do so much that it takes away a lot of tension. And if I like, you know what I mean? If I have 10 mana, you know, there are 10 mana crystals in a game of Hearthstone sometimes, right? So when I have a coin, I have to use that coin in a certain space because once we get to 10 mana, that coin doesn't matter anymore, right? But not anymore, right? Because now you can go to 11 mana, you can go to 13, you can go to 16, right? There need to be more, there need to be more restraints in the game to work within. Is this a meme? You're actually just talking about Maestro again? We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that.